At this time, I'm just going to introduce Scott County Attorney Kelly Cunningham to say a few words.
Thank you. During the 17-day trial of Henry Dinkins, the prosecution called 51 witnesses to testify who provided testimony. These witnesses included investigators, forensic experts, canine handlers, and family members, with over 900 exhibits being offered and admitted as evidence. I'd like to thank the court and Judge Latham for his service and care in reaching this decision. I'd also like to recognize the diligent work and tireless efforts put forth by law enforcement to bring justice to Breasia. I will say that having lived in this community since 1990 and having had a brief absence when I went home for a period of time and having come back, I can't even begin to tell you how blessed we are to have the members of the law enforcement community who serve us and who have always done so very well and very tirelessly. And because of the talent and the commitment of each of you, that is why we are standing here today with justice having been brought to Breasia. So I want each of you to know who is standing here in this room today, and for all of the officers who weren't able to be here, we are here because of what you have done. In addition, I would state that this case definitely demonstrates the outstanding partnership and collaboration between prosecutors and law enforcement who are dedicated to the safety and well-being of our community. That's another topic that I'd like to address. One of the things that we've always been very fortunate in being able to experience in this community with a number of law enforcement agencies at the local, state, county, and even federal level. All of our law enforcement agencies have always come together and worked very well as a team and have been very supportive in investigative efforts in any types of crimes that have been investigated. And certainly the working relationship that exists among all of our law enforcement agencies, it goes to demonstrate how each of you, in working together as a team, have helped to solve this case and again brought justice to Breasia Terrell and her family. Henry Dinkins will be sentenced at a future court date. The court had indicated today that the sentencing is going to be held on October 11th at 1:30 p.m. He has been in custody. He was actually taken into custody on July 10th when they had the initial interview of him. He was arrested on other charges and has been in custody ever since. But with him being found guilty of murder in the first degree and having been found guilty of kidnapping in the first degree, there is no bond, and so he'll remain in custody until sentencing. And so with that, beyond recognizing our law enforcement officers, I would like to recognize members of the community. When the news stories came out, and this is where I think we should acknowledge our news agencies, you were so diligent in getting information out to the community about Breasia missing. And the community really rallied in response to that. The idea that we had a 10-year-old child who was missing, when we stop and think of what the potential outcomes were going to be and what I think we all knew in our hearts the outcome was going to be, so many people came to the table to try and find Breasia to prevent this outcome. So this case, it's so tragic, but the one thing that it does demonstrate is how the love and support of the community amongst our law enforcement members and just members of the community, what it does to let people know that we feel very strongly about what's going on in our community, and we will step forward and we will do whatever it takes to protect our community and to fight for the rights of our children.